This is inshort 2.0. In recent days, a report has been gaining significant attention suggesting that Pakistan and Libya are moving toward a major defense agreement. In several circles, it is being described as one of Pakistan's largest ever defense export deals. The discussion is not limited to the sale of military hardware alone. Rather, it has expanded into a broader debate about diplomacy, regional alignments, and Pakistan's evolving role on the international stage. A few days ago, Pakistan's Chief of Army Staff, Field Marshal Asim Munir, paid an official visit to Libya. At first glance, it appeared to be a routine military engagement. However, as images and details from the visit emerged, it became clear that the trip carried deeper strategic significance. Alongside the Army Chief, high-level delegations from the Pakistan Army, Air Force, and Navy were also present. The presence of all three services at such a senior level was a strong signal that discussions were not merely ceremonial. During the visit, the Pakistani delegation held interactions with senior military officials of the Haftar Group, which is widely regarded as the dominant power controlling large parts of Libya. To understand the importance of this engagement, it is essential to recognize Libya's internal political reality. Although Libya exists as a single state, in practice it is divided between two major power centers, each with its own governance structure, alliances, and international backers. In this context, Pakistan's engagement with the Haftar Group immediately drew attention. These meetings reportedly went beyond basic military exchanges and included discussions on broader strategic understanding. Shortly afterward, a report published by Reuters added further weight to the speculation by claiming that a defense deal worth approximately $4 billion could be in the works between Pakistan and Libya. According to the report, Pakistan may export a range of defense equipment to Libya, including fighter aircraft, trainer aircraft, naval vessels, and main battle tanks. Names being discussed include the JF-17 Thunder, the Super Mushak trainer aircraft, and the VT-4 or Haider main battle tanks, all of which are either produced or assembled in Pakistan with increasing local capability. However, the situation is far more complex than a simple buyer-seller relationship. The real complication arises when Libya's regional relationships are taken into account. The Haftar Group is known to have strained relations with Turkey, while Turkey remains one of Pakistan's closest strategic partners and a trusted brotherly country. This naturally raises questions about whether Pakistan is aligning itself with a faction that is at odds with Turkish interests. To address this concern, it is important to look at Pakistan's historical approach to foreign and defense policy. Pakistan has consistently avoided undermining its core strategic partners and has not shown a pattern of backing one ally at the expense of another. The idea that Pakistan would take a step directly against Turkish interests does not align with its long-standing diplomatic behavior. This is why many analysts interpret the current developments through the lens of military diplomacy. Rather than choosing sides, Pakistan may be attempting to position itself as a bridge, encouraging dialogue and reducing friction between different regional actors. Such an approach would aim to narrow existing rifts and contribute to the formation of a broader, more stable regional alignment. Over the past several months, Pakistan's performance on the diplomatic front has been increasingly visible. From balancing relations among major global powers to strengthening ties with key regional partners, Pakistan has demonstrated a more assertive and calculated presence on the international stage. This shift has helped Islamabad project itself as a strategic player rather than a passive observer. Seen in this light, Pakistan's growing engagement with Libya could be part of a wider strategy. The underlying principle is straightforward. Countries that support each other during challenging times are more likely to stand together when circumstances reverse. This concept of reciprocal strategic support lies at the heart of modern diplomacy. That said, it is equally important to remain cautious. A single media report, even from a credible international outlet, is not sufficient to confirm a defense deal of this magnitude. Agreements involving billions of dollars typically involve extended negotiations, political approvals, and multiple layers of verification. Until official confirmation emerges from both sides, the situation remains fluid. Another notable aspect of this entire development is the reaction it has triggered in India. Sections of the Indian media and public discourse have expressed visible discomfort, particularly after earlier expectations that Pakistan would face diplomatic isolation on the global stage. Instead, recent developments suggest the opposite. Progress in discussions related to the F-16 program with the United States, expanding defense cooperation with Saudi Arabia, and now potential engagement in North Africa collectively challenge the narrative of Pakistan's isolation. When expectations collide with reality, denial and unease often follow as natural responses. Some voices continue to argue that there must be a hidden catch or flaw in these developments, insisting that Pakistan cannot realistically achieve such strategic gains. However, facts on the ground, evolving diplomatic ties, and observable international engagement gradually paint a clearer picture. For now, the Pakistan-Libya defense cooperation remains a developing story. More details are expected to surface in the coming days and weeks, which will allow for a more accurate assessment of its scale and implications. As verified information becomes available, we will continue to update you accordingly.